Gayatri Mahamantra with your back straight, both hands upon your laps, left beneath the right. Om Bhuribhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Today we come upon the part 14 of the mystical Gayatri Mahamantra. We started upon a small understanding upon each and every single word of Gayatri Mahamantra. And in the last session, we embarked upon the word Tat. Under this realms of the Brahma Vidya, the omnipresent, the omniscient, the all pervasive, cannot be confined within the limits of one name or form. It is beyond the ambits of the time. Therefore, it alone can be indicated as Tat, that. Today we come upon the second word of Tat Savitur Varenyam, which happens to be the first part of Gayatri Mahamantra. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, the second. Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodhyat as the third part. Om Bhur was the introduction of the Gayatri Mahamantra that we undertook initially. The second letter after Tat is Savitur. Savitur, observed as Savita, is a combination of three letters Sa, Vi, Tuh. These three are vibratory triggers of this one word Savita, Savitur. Each trigger impacts its own corresponding subtle region within our own yogic anatomy. Savita means light, divine radiance, the light of the sun, the light of the knowledge. Now, here a question comes: is the understanding upon the word light merely confined to the sight? No. The meaning of light, the connotation of light, runs out to encompass all kinds of enrichments. Whenever we have to dispel ignorance, darkness, inability, we seek light as a source of knowledge, hope, and enablement. Although that we associate the visible sun as the symbol or the deity of Gayatri Mahamantra as Savita, that is the divine radiance. Whereas even the visible sun owes its origin to a larger reality, but for the service to our senses in order to comprehend and accept the image of the rising sun for the sake of contemplation. The sun, the rising sun, that orange ball is accepted as its image, as its deity. During the moments of Gayatri Japa, a sadhak is always advised to contemplate in the center of your eyebrows upon this rising sun, the orange ball, while simultaneously your japa, your incantation is going on within. At the same time, two activities dispense: contemplation upon that rising sun, that orange ball in the center of your eyes, in the middle of the eyebrows, and at the same time, you also undergo incantation. A caution has to be observed that you do not raise your eyes. The eyeballs have not to be raised. Instead, it is merely the center of the eyebrows, which is approximately over here, where the bone, the nose bone, either you can say it starts or it ends. So, this rising orangish ball has been chosen by the exalted ones as its image for the purpose that you can even gaze, you can see the rising ball with your naked eyes. Whereas the blazing golden sun is dangerous for the eyes, you cannot see that. And apart from that, the early morning duration, the time, is also considered as the embrasal one. An embrasal for everything, for the silence around, and even for the sun. The sun is growing with all of its vigor, energy, but yet calm. So you can easily connect with that. So the orange ball has been given to us by the exalted ones as the image of Gayatri. With the constant contemplation upon the orange ball, a moment may arrive within a seeker that the concentration intensified to an extent that within its effulgence your own entire existence appears to melt, as if you become the light by yourself. But this is going to happen after a passage of time when you're able to stay and you're able to hold on to that image and undergo that experience, undergo that exercise of being absolutely dissolved into that light. You become one. You and the light become one. This exercise also, in a way, is invocation of the pranic energy through your entirety. Sripad Vallabhacharya, one of the great exalted ones who was there on this planet hundreds of years ago, has mentioned about the mystery of these letters. There have been all exalted ones, including my own Brahma Rishi, who has mentioned the details and the intricacies involved into the trigger aspects of these letters, the way they trigger certain vibrations and how they impact our own subtle regions in our own physical as well as the subtle dimension. The first letter of Savitur is Sa, the second is V, the third is Tu. Sa. The subtle region for the Sa trigger is over here, right over here, where on the left eye. This is the left eye over here. So the left eye region is termed as the place for the Sa. The letter Sa triggers an impact upon the region just over here in the left eye. And the subtle organ which it goes on to impact is known as Safala Granthi. Granthi means a knot, and not according to an organ in the subtlety of our own existence, our own yogic anatomy. Anatomy is a modern word we yet deployed in order to connect with that understanding. And the outcome of its vibration, when the vibration contact is generated by the pronunciation of the letter, unknowingly, that particular subtle region known as Safala, it activates, and there is an outcome for that. And exalted ones mentioned that the outcome is courage, courage, prowess. Exalted ones have assigned this subtle region a symbolic deity as well, and the deity is Nri Singh. Nri Singh means a union of half human and half lion. There is a small dedicated mantra also given to this deity, which is known as Nri Singh Gayatri. The second letter under Savita is V. Sa, V, Tu, V. So the uh, exalted one, Sripad Vallabhacharya mentions that the subtle region for this particular trigger, the letter V, is the right eye. And the subtle organ, which is over here, gets impacted by the vibrations as an outcome of this trigger, is Vishwa Granthi, Vishwa knot. And the deity for the Vishwa knot is Narayan, Bhagwan Vishnu, the Lord of maintenance and preservation. The third letter under Savitu, Savita, is Tu. Tu. The exalted ones go on to mention that the subtle region for this trigger, Tu, is known as Tushti Granthi, and its region is the left ear. The name of the organ, the subtle organ, is Tushti Granthi, and the region is this left ear. And the outcome of this particular trigger is Kalyan. Kalyan cannot be expressed in one single English word, so let us understand it as the welfare of our entire existence. And the outcome of this welfare is to ward off all kind of ills. all negativism, all ill can be warded off. And the deity for this vibratory trigger is none other than Shiva, Mahadev. The exalted ones have summed up that the benefit for this vibratory trigger of Tuhu on the left ear is empowerment, enablement. One gets or becomes more capacitated. So this goes on for the second word under the first part of Gayatri Mahamantra, Tat Savitur Varenyam. So we were there with the Savita today. As I mentioned a while ago, that Savita, the deity given to it is the rising sun. And when we term Savita, although we indicate towards that ultimate cosmic reality which has no form, yet in order to connect, we have given ourselves the image of the rising sun. And as we teach even the kids regarding the prayer upon Gayatri Mahamantra, we do not involve them in much of the intricacy, but we simply ask them to just stand before the rising sun and contemplate upon it as if you are a sponge soaking within yourself the entire effulgence of the sun, and the rays of the sun are rushing down through all your pores of the body, and you're becoming full. It's rushing down into you. This I had mentioned in one of the earlier sessions as well, but here the reiteration has to come because today we are talking about Savita. And Savita means, in the ordinary parlance, the sun. Although it has a different connotation which is deeper, but yet to connect in an easy term, it has to be understood as the sun. So today we confine this session with the second word of Gayatri Mahamantra, the first part of Savita. Next time, we will come on to the third word under the first part, and that is Varenyam. Having said that, it's enough for the day. Om hi satya hai. Om hi satya hai. Om hi satya hai.